Hello Momo Mumbai moms and hello Unimo Universe moms. Happy Republic Day. In fact, one day in advance, कल हम मनाने वाले हैं अपने देश की 71st Republic Day. और what better than having some amazing expert guest on our Facebook Live to talk about something which is not just protecting our family but our country. In fact, आप सबने सुना होगा अभी एक जो नया word जो हम सबको बहुत scare करता है, the word cancer. And this month being Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, I've got these amazing doctors on board with me to talk about this scary word cancer. In fact, मेरे साथ जो है आई सपोज आप सब उनको जानते हैं और प्रीबस में तो आपने मुझे बताया कि कैसे आप सब इनके पेशेंट भी रहे हैं या किसी ने आपको इनका रेफरेंसेस दिया है. And Momo Mumbai Moms is known to bring you the best in the town. So here I have Dr. Anita Soni and Dr. Nitin Shah with me. And Anita ma'am, you are a darling doctor in our community. Mothers love you because not just you are a doctor but you are also a very active mom. And we all love you. And Powai mothers में तो Anita ma'am का नाम बहुत बहुत जाना जाता है, आप सब जानते हैं. In fact, lot of my mothers friends have delivered through Anita ma'am. But Anita ma'am, sorry, but मैं चाहती हूँ कि आप थोड़ा सा अपना introduction यहाँ पे community के लिए भी कर ले. Though I know your entire resume.
Well, I'm Dr. Anita Soni. I am a practicing obstetrician and gynecologist at Dr. L.H. Hiranandani Hospital. मैं सिर्फ उसी हॉस्पिटल में काम करती हूँ. मैंने वो हॉस्पिटल शुरू किया है. Our first baby born was on the 4th of April 2004 and we've been at it since then.
Wow.
I run the high risk pregnancy unit there and we do a lot of cancer screening at our hospital.
That's amazing. Thank you, ma'am. And Dr. Nitin Shah, आपने क्या जादू किया है कम्युनिटी में? मतलब जैसे ही हमने प्री बस डाला, lot of mothers were like, wow, Dr. Nitin is coming, wow, Dr. Nitin is coming. So it's fantastic, sir, to have you. In fact, मैं लाइव के पहले सर को बता रही थी कि मैंने बहुत सारे leading pediatricians of मुंबई के साथ काम किया है, and you were definitely on my card, and thank you for taking out time and coming in here. तो सर थोड़ा सा आपका introduction भी community के लिए.
So I'm Dr. Nitin Shah. I'm a consulting pediatrician and a pediatric hematologist oncologist. I work at BJ Wadia Hospital for Children, and I'm also attached to the PD Hinduja National Hospital, where I'm the head of the pediatric department. Besides that, I have my own practice at Science Circle.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, ma'am. इनफैक्ट आज का जो हमारा टॉपिक है वो बहुत रेलेवेंट टॉपिक है क्योंकि जब हमने प्रीबस में इसके बारे में बात की, इनफैक्ट प्रीबस के बहुत पहले मैंने नेहाज नगेट्स पे कैंसर के बारे में बात की और बहुत सारी हमारी मदर्स ने अपनी स्टोरी शेयर की वेयर दे फेस्ड इट देमसेल्फ और द फैमिली मेंबर्स हैव फेस्ड इट. So all of them were really relating with that subject, and there came one mother who commented that cervical cancer can be prevented. In fact, that led to this entire conversation what we are having it here. In fact, thanks to Only Mom Can initiative who is supporting this Facebook live और उनके कारण ये लाइव इतना जल्दी हो रहा है और हम इस मंथ में कर रहे हैं जब सर्वाइकल कैंसर अवेयरनेस मंथ ये सेलिब्रेट किया जा रहा है. तो सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन मैं पूछना चाहूँगी अनीता मैम आपसे कि what exactly is cervical cancer? What is it?
Cervix is actually a part of every woman's body. Like you have a nose, you have a mouth, you have a uterus, and the mouth of that uterus is called the cervix. That is unfortunately exposed to the vagina, and that is where you can get changes or cellular changes which are called as cervical cancer, or you can pick up infections called as cervicitis, you can get erosions, etc. etc.
Okay, so a little understanding of cervical cancer. लेकिन नितिन सर ये बताइए इस cervical cancer very common in India because उस टाइम पे बहुत सारे लोग बोल रहे थे I know about it.
बिल्कुल. तो आप देखिए कि पूरे विश्व में अराउंड 5-5.5 लाख केसेस सर्वाइकल कैंसर के होते हैं.
Okay.
उसमें से 17% यानी कि करीबन 1 लाख केसेस इंडिया में होते हैं.
Oh my God.
और एक चीज ये है कि अपना टॉक आधा घंटा खत्म हो जाएगा, उसके पहले हर 8 या 9 मिनट में एक व्यक्ति की मृत्यु होती है सर्वाइकल कैंसर से इंडिया में, और हर 5 या 6 मिनट में एक नया केस सर्वाइकल कैंसर का इंडिया में हो जाता है. तो इतनी बड़ी तादाद में इसकी मात्रा है तो उसके ऊपर चर्चा करना और जबकि वो प्रिवेंटेबल है उसके बारे में विचार विमर्श करना बहुत जरूरी है. और आज जबकि सर्वाइकल कैंसर अवेयरनेस मंथ चल रहा है, देखिए हमने सबने ये पहनी हुई है. This is a sign of our commitment to prevention of cervical cancer, and I am very happy to be part of today's program that I can share some knowledge about vaccination and prevention of cervical cancer.
Thank you, doctor. In fact, this makes me remember that we should also do something here, mothers. हम लोग कुछ ना कुछ ड्राइव करेंगे जहाँ सब लोग टील रिबन पहन के अपना सपोर्ट दिखा सके सर्वाइकल कैंसर प्रिवेंशन की तरफ. Anita ma'am, now a question I suppose all my mothers are waiting for. What are the causes of cervical cancer? How can it,
Cervical cancer actually is caused by a human papilloma virus, most commonly, which is the HPV virus.
Okay.
And whether you like it or no, the way it gets transmitted 90% of the times is through sex. Whether you picked it up from one partner or from multiple partners, this is very debatable. But the commonest cause is the human papilloma virus.
HPV.
HPV.
Okay. And then Anita, ma'am, who exactly can get cervical cancer? Only women?
No, I would beg to differ. Men and women can pick up the HPV virus.
Yeah. Which
But
is the cause?
the cause, that is the cause.
Cause.
But now we are the ones who are blessed with the uterus. So we are the ones who are blessed with the cervix. So only we can get the cervical cancer.
Okay. And any specific age group jiske
Honestly, all sexually active. So what we tell children is as soon as they start menstruating, or even as early as 10 years and up to the age of 40 is where these people should all get vaccinated to prevent themselves from anything.
So आपका question, आपका जो answer है उसी से I'll take the lead for the next question for Dr. Nitin. So कैसे, how can women protect themselves from cervical cancer? What exactly is the vaccine what she's talking about?
So first of all, just to elaborate on her answer, that
Yeah.
though HPV commonly leads to cervical cancer, it is just not restricted to cervical cancer.
Okay.
It can lead to vaginal cancer, vulval cancer. It can lead to anal cancer in both the sexes, oropharyngeal cancer in both the sexes.
Okay.
It can also lead to penile cancer in the men.
Okay.
So the extent of the damage that can happen is tremendous. And besides cancer, there are two other viruses which can also lead to what are known as genital warts in both the sexes.
In fact,
So-
we've got a mail in that reference. I'll come to it
Correct.
when we ask the
So
question.
it's a huge number of variety of diseases that can happen because of the HPV or the cancer causing virus.
Okay.
Now coming to the prevention. So there are two aspects of preventing cervical cancer.
Yeah.
One is the vaccination, which we call primary prevention.
Okay.
So you take the vaccine before the virus can touch you and lead to any lesion, which are generally precancerous to start with,
Okay.
but over 10 or 15 years, if they are not picked up and treated, can turn into cancer in some of them.
Understood.
Second is that you have caught the HPV virus,
Yeah.
and now you have to detect those precancerous lesion, which you can there and then treat before it converts into a final cancer. So
Okay.
that's where what we call a screening program.
Mhm.
So screening program is something which the gynecologists and the obstetricians will always follow and tell all the mothers to undertake. And I'm sure Dr. Anita will tell you more detail about the screening program from the FOXY in the 2018 publication. I very clearly stated how to do it.
Okay.
But primary prevention is only by vaccination, and there are beautiful vaccines available which are highly efficacious, which can prevent a large number of cases from getting cervical cancer.
Okay, so as ma'am was also talking about it, and you're also saying that prevention is better than cure, and especially when you are not sexually active, that is the time you should, go out for these vaccines. So that says that all the mothers who have daughters in their houses right now can protect their daughters against cervical cancer.
Absolutely. That's the whole idea of coming and talking about it, because people do get scared of the big word C.
Yeah.
But एक बारी वो हो गया, by the time you pick it up, it has gotten pretty late.
Yeah.
Because most often than not, diagnosis is already at a slightly more advanced stage.
Correct.
At the precancerous stage, it is not very
Correct.
easy to pick up these problems because patients don't even present to you.
Correct.
थोड़ा सा excessive vaginal discharge हुआ, उनको लगा वो तो normal ही
Normal
है. But if you are protected against this, so you're
Yeah.
kind of allowing your child to go ahead. You're not promising her anything, but you're at least protecting her from the inevitable.
Yeah.
So I just add one thing that
Sure.
when you say prevention is better than cure, it
Yeah.
also applies to so many things.
Yeah.
Like suppose you have a potential fire in your office or building, you always have water which is available. You don't dig a well that time. Same way you drive a car to be protected against injury, you wear a seatbelt and then start the engine. Same way here, you take the vaccine before the virus can come and catch you.
So what do you
Because-
mean by before? Like what age do you?
So as Dr. Anita said very rightly that this is a sexually transmitted infection.
Yeah.
So obviously you should give this vaccine before someone is sexually active.
Mhm.
And children between the age of 9 to 14 years are generally not sexually active.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the best time where you can give the vaccine to the child and be assured that there will be no problems for most of them because they have taken the vaccine right in time.
Right.
the other thing, the advantage of taking the vaccine between the age of 9 to 14 years is
Yeah.
that you need only 2 doses of this vaccine if they are taken between the age of 9 and 14 years,
Okay.
as compared to 3 doses if it is 15 years and beyond.
Okay.
So if you take early, you save on 1 dose,
Okay.
and if you save 1 dose, you save the cost obviously.
Okay.
So, and children are used to taking vaccine. Parents are used to getting children vaccinated. So around 9-10 years, they are still taking the booster doses.
Yeah, so
It's
they're
the
used
right
to
time
it.
where the
Correct.
perception is
Then
there
you
that the
mention your
Chinese
card
vaccine.
and you're
Yes.
used to that.
So
Okay.
you introduce this vaccine also, chances are that they will take it. Otherwise,
Yeah.
once they become 12, 14, 15, 16, they will forget about
They
it.
don't know even want to
Yes.
take a tetanus shot
Absolutely.
now. Okay, so very relevant news. लेकिन इसी के साथ आप लोगों ने बात किया 9 to 14.
Yes.
So is it recommended only for kids or it can be also given to older age women?
Oh, the vaccine can be given right up to the age of 40, 45 years of age.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about that. Like he rightly said, that the dose required is 3.
Yeah.
But the point here is, once you've already been exposed
Mhm.
and you've picked up the infection, then the efficacy of the vaccine will
Might not be
decrease.
that much.
So the earlier you take the vaccine,
Better.
better the efficacy of the vaccine to prevent a problem.
So that says mothers who are watching us right now on live, if you are under 40, 45 years of age, you all can also take this vaccine. In fact, I am going for this. I have to go for 3 doses.
Okay.
Yes.
In fact, okay.
So whenever a child comes for vaccinating, I always ask the mother, have you taken yourself? And have you given it to your
Nobody
older
asked me
sister?
this.
Yes. And
My
you also
gynec's, my doctors, please take a note.
No,
of
and-
it.
Neha, you didn't come to me.
I am not shying away.
No, and I make a case out of it, of advocacy, that you are motivated that your girl child you brought for vaccination. I want you to be the advocate in your community where you see women up to the age of 45 who have not taken the vaccine. Introduce this topic to them, leave it to them to discuss with their doctors. I'm sure in that sense we can fan out in the community.
That's
and,
the start of the great
absolutely. And
awareness.
increase the overall uptake of the vaccine.
In fact, so unfortunately, of course, there are cases like me who have not been talked about this, but there are mothers who have been recommended vaccines by doctors, but they have been avoiding themselves.
Mhm.
So, what is your message to them? Because you guys are the expert, and you have to please make them aware that this is important.
Can I just add a line here for everybody? Taking the vaccine only helps you. It has got absolutely no side
Side
effect.
effects.
And don't look at doctors with tinted glasses, because we don't tend to earn because we're giving you the vaccine. In fact, if you buy the vaccine and come, I give it to you at the regular visit itself.
Yeah.
But I tell patients who are a lot older, who are sure about their sexual partners and who have been like 40, 45, or people like me who have already got the other side of 50, there is no point for us. When we were younger, we didn't have the vaccine.
Yeah.
You guys have it available. It is there in the market. Why
In
not
fact,
make
now
the
it's
most
our
of it?
responsibility to prevent our coming generation.
Absolutely.
That's-
So
yeah.
your children are mandatory.
Yeah.
In fact,
There is no two ways.
when a mother comes with a little reluctant about this vaccine, we introduce this topic for the first visit and then let them make a choice
Yeah,
after
think about
discussing.
it.
Next visit, she is more positive, and that time we introduce them to saying that this vaccine is part of the national program in more than 90 countries in the world,
Wow.
and
Wow.
more than millions of women have received this vaccine.
Mhm.
Obviously, the vaccine has to be safe and has to be effective for it to be introduced. And it is also recommended by most of the health organizations, including WHO, World Health Organization,
In fact, I wanted to
including
ask you, when you're
IAP.
saying it's worldwide, recommended, is Indian government also supporting this vaccine?
So it is still not part of the national program as yet.
Okay.
But in India, the vaccination program, the recommendations are given by the central government, but the
Okay.
implementation is left to the state government. So
Okay,
vaccination
so each
is a state
oh,
issue.
oh.
So there are 2 states who have started a
Which
pilot.
is little sad to hear.
No, it's not as sad because there are 2 states which have started a pilot.
Okay.
Punjab government has given 10,000 girls
Wow.
vaccine between 9 to 14 years, and government of Sikkim has
Okay.
introduced 30,000 girls. Once these pilots are successful and they see that it's feasible to give vaccination to girls and mass vaccination either to school or to various programs, I'm sure it will pick up more. I mean, my gut feeling is, and I really feel happy as a man, that this is one vaccine which is for women.
Wow.
The person who is working at home silently was not
Yeah.
saying most of the houses, let us protect her against the dreaded disease like cancer. It's in your interest, men. Because we are able to spend her and she may lose her. No, be very serious. So this is one vaccine I will really be very happy to see if it comes in national program. We have so many vaccines for children, which is fine. They are the fountains of nation for tomorrow. But that lady who is next to the child should get this vaccine through the national
She's
program.
worth it. In fact, mothers, जब आप ये सुन रहे हैं live पे and you have seen 2 states already supporting it, I suppose you all are, you know, active in your PTAs, you all know the school authorities. You should be the conversational builder, leader to drive this such that, you know, our state notices, our government notices.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. Okay, my next question for this is something which a lot of mothers have also asked us in the comment. Are these vaccines safe? Because ma'am, you said that there's no side effects, but I would need your expert comment on it.
There is a lot of literature which is available, and it has been proven beyond doubt that whatever side effects, they are minor, they are local.
Yeah.
Pain,
How
discomfort,
it is
swelling,
any normal injection.
sometimes you can get a little bit of loose motion and nausea, but beyond that there is no major side effect which is life-threatening or causing an issue for the child or for the woman.
Okay.
I have been using this vaccine. In fact, I vaccinated my own daughter when she turned 10 years of age, and today at the age of 19, I know she's safe.
I will add to say that a lot of people get convinced when statistics speak. Okay. Available in 100 countries, part of national program in 90 countries, 300 million doses, that is 30 crore doses used, and you think these vaccines are not safe, would it be used so vehemently? Recommended by FOXI, recommended by Indian Academy of Pediatrics, recommended by World Health Organization, recommended by European agencies, Australian agencies, you name it. The vaccine has to be safe and effective.
And I feel mothers only, if these doctors are saying we have to do it. We don't really need this data facts which they've already checked, because they are the experts in this field and they've already checked it. I'm sure a lot of our mothers will get enlightened today and they'll start thinking about it. My next question is, if for example some of the mothers here decide to vaccinate their daughter, say at the age of 9, 10 in the early years, later is there a chance that they also suffer through cervical cancer, and if yes, will they be like cured, not cured, protected? Will they have edge over others who have not got this vaccine?
So the current vaccines that are available, they have a very long-term data on efficacy, which is at least 15 to 16 years since the dose was given.
Okay.
Now, if you ask me as an expert in immunology, which is the science which is the vaccine, any vaccine which works for 10 or 15 years will work for life.
Okay.
So as on today, we don't have any indication to say that the efficacy will be lower, that these girls who have been immunized at the age of 9 and 10 years will not be protected for life. My gut feeling as on today, we have data sufficient to say that it works for life. So you take 2 or 3 doses depending upon age you start, and you are protected for life.
So there is no added dose or a booster dose that has been recommended once you've completed the schedule.
Okay, that's it. So mothers, you can feel safe. In fact, so as we are talking, we are getting a lot of questions come on the live. So I'll try to pick up some questions from there because we'll be short on time otherwise.
Sure.
In fact, mothers, you can keep commenting on our thread. Whatever questions come to your mind, whatever time you see this live, we'll make sure that the team here answers all your questions through the experts. Ritu Swayal Mehrotra is asking me a question, sir. She's saying, who can help me with the HPV vaccination if I want to go for it?
So any qualified doctor who is licensed to prescribe is also licensed to prescribe vaccines.
Okay.
So it may be a pediatrician, it may be gynecologist, an obstetrician, it may be general physician.
A general
any
physician
person
also,
can,
okay.
any person can give it.
And
Absolutely.
as you mentioned, you can also buy and carry your own.
So generally,
So what we do is when you walk into the OPD and say you are interested, we give you the prescription, you go out, pick it up, come back, we give it to you.
Okay.
So there's no problem whatsoever.
so at the pediatrician level, as we are giving so many other vaccines to children, most of us, the facilities have, they store the vaccines. So you don't have to really run about. The vaccines are available generally. Anytime you go, they will give you the vaccine.
Okay, so it's perfect, mothers. You can just go to any doctor and get it done. Shraddha has a question. She's saying, my doctor recommended this vaccine post my delivery. Is this safe for me and my baby as I'm breastfeeding mother?
Absolutely safe. There is no problem whatsoever. In fact, it's the best time for you to take the vaccine because follow-up of the patient becomes much easier and the patient is in the hospital. So we can reassure you if there is any problem whatsoever to be able to deal with all the problems, because anyway you're in the hospital with us for your delivery.
And
So
WHO.
yes, I would say that there are 3 targets One is the children, 9 to 14 years.
Yeah.
They are captive, parents are working, we must immunize that time. Those who have missed that, postpartum, during delivery, obstetric gyno, they are in the best mood that time because they have joy of baby, and you say, okay, you need to also take care of yourself, take this vaccine. There and then before they go, they take it. The third is all those who have not listened to all this, is never too late. Up to the age of 45 years, you can give the vaccine.
Yeah, listen to us,
So
please.
all these three target group, if you try target them in an effective way, I'm sure we will be able to reach many more people.
Okay, Dr. Nitin, Sampati is asking a question for you. I don't know when, I suppose during the prevention question, you mentioned about screening. She's asking what exactly is screening.
Okay, so I think she's the right person to talk about screening, but if I tell you in brief, screening is where you check a woman for whether she has the HPV infection and or any lesions because of that HPV infection. So you can do a visual inspection with acetic acid staining.
Okay.
You can take a pap smear, everyone knows about pap smear program, and you can also take a swab to test for this cancer causing HPV viruses. So there are three ways of doing it. The simplest is a visual inspection, other two are sophisticated, available at many centers.
Okay.
And you start it at the age of 25 years, and then if you are doing only one of them, you do it every 3 years. If you are doing two of them, that is pap smear plus the HPV testing, virus testing, then you can do it every 5 years till the age of 65 years.
Every 5 years.
Yeah, and if you turn positive and any of these diseases, you can continue testing even beyond 65 years. By this, you are going to detect presence of the virus and or a lesion, which then may need treatment before it turns into cancer.
Understood.
So that's the way screening works. So screening and vaccination go hand in hand. They are not mutually exclusive, they are mutually inclusive.
Okay. So ma'am, Vaishali has a question for you. In fact, it is relevant to what you just said. What is pap smear test?
Pap smear test is a simple screening test. It can be done by any gynecologist in a recognized center. All that you have to do is after your period in the ovulatory phase, you shouldn't be bleeding because then you'll have blood, and so it's very difficult technically to get a proper smear. During an examination, we just take out the fluid and the cells from the cervix. We scrape it out with a wooden spatula, which is called an Ayer spatula, and we prepare a slide. That goes for checking to the pathologist. They screen the cells that have come. Now, what exactly is done? They stain the smear. If you get any abnormal looking cells which are suggestive of or could be suggestive of HPV virus or a cancer, then we have got more advanced tests like a colposcopy, a colposcopically directed biopsy or a cervical biopsy with isotope white staining. Then we confirm the diagnosis of cervical cancer.
Okay.
So pap smear is only a screening test. Just by doing it, you don't have to get scared because it doesn't mean you have cancer. It is only to check and keep a watch on what is going on. So I tell all my patients, every 2 to 3 years, let's do a pap smear routinely so that you don't have any problem. Like all of us say, husband को बोलो ना cigarette फूकने का बंद करे. वो everybody is willing to do. Simple pap smear कराने में क्या दिक्कत है?
Right, बोल रहे बहुत सारी mothers are scared of pap smear.
Exactly, there's no point. It's not painful. There is no injection involved. There is nothing. It is only a gynecological examination.
So you mean to say 4th or 5th day of the period?
No. After that, round about 12th, 14th, 15th day, in between, because 4th, 5th day पे थोड़ा बहुत brown discharge होगा बेटा. You will not know what that is, and you will get the wrong value or the wrong impression. So the easiest way is in the ovulatory phase. जब कुछ problem नहीं होता, that's the right time to do a PAPS.
Okay, and
I just want to add one
visit a
thing.
gynec for that, right?
Yes, it is done by a gynecologist. Fortunately, the pediatrician has nothing to do with it.
But if you advocate to the mothers and then you go to the gynecologist and take
I love it the way you drive, women
So I just want to add one thing, I mean, including in our families, you ask the mother, you have done pap smear? Yes sir, I have done. When was it? Sir, 10 years back. Then what did you do? I have not done after that. It has to be every 2 to 3 years, as she says. Because you may have escaped the first time, you may not be lucky the next time, and you may actually then advance toward disease.
I'm taking my appointment today.
Yes, so
Please trust me, it does not mean that you have cancer, so you're doing it. You're only protecting yourself. You can just pick up very simple small things, and no surgery may be required at the end of the day. You might just require a little bit of change, a little cauterization, something, and your life is more protected.
I remember this because my sister visited you for a different reason and you recommended her.
Yeah.
In fact, now I
In fact, I'll tell you that I run an NGO which works exclusively for women and child cancer.
Yes.
Women cancer is at the heart of my at my heart. I don't know why, but I feel that mother needs to have that respect. And most of the time when we do the Pap smear campaign, they come negative, reassuring the mother that you're fine. So don't be worried about going for a Pap smear. It's the other way. You can rejoice that for next 3 years you are worry free.
I suppose वो इंडियन मेंटालिटी वी ऑल जोक अराउंड कि जब हम ब्लड टेस्ट करा के आते हैं तो हम बोलते हैं कुछ नहीं निकला, पैसे वेस्ट हो गए. इनफैक्ट मदर्स आपके पैसे बच गए क्योंकि कुछ नहीं निकला.
लेकिन एक केस ऐसा है जहाँ पे आपने बोला है कुछ नहीं निकला, अच्छा है.
अच्छा है, वेरी गुड. इनफैक्ट सर जब हम कॉन्वर्सेशन कर रहे थे, वन मदर हु नोज अबाउट दिस, शी इज सेइंग व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज एचपीवी डीएनए टेस्ट, इज दिस समथिंग लाइक दैट?
वही मैंने अभी बताया कि जब आप पैप स्मीयर या कोई भी स्क्रीनिंग प्रोग्राम करते हो तभी आप एक स्वैब लेके उस पे एक मल्टीप्लेक्स पीसीआर से टेक्निकल टर्म है, इसमें आप एक साथ में 10 या 12 कैंसर कॉजिंग एचपीवी वायरस को टेस्ट कर सकते हो. तो अगर आपको समझो कोई लीजन नहीं है लेकिन अगर आपको वो वायरस भी है तो यू नो दैट यू ऑलरेडी कॉन्ट्रैक्टेड द इन्फेक्शन, यू बी एक्सट्रीमली केयरफुल दैट इट इज टर्निंग इनटू सम अर्ली लीजन व्हिच नीड्स ट्रीटमेंट बाय द gynecologist. That is the whole idea.
Understood.
So if, can I add something?
Please, ma'am.
So if a patient is HPV DNA positive, I would recommend her to please come back regularly, more often for a Pap smear, do a colposcopy, check to look for a precancerous lesion. A precancerous lesion, once treated, will not turn to cancer, but the chances of it turning to cancer without treatment is practically certain. So just being even HPV positive, you don't have to get scared or worried. You go and get checked more often to be able to diagnose a problem before it actually happens.
In fact, thank you for saying that. In fact, it will give a lot of confidence to our mothers. In fact, Pariniti has a question. Do I have to get vaccinated even if I undergo regular screening? Anita?
I would, screening is to pick up a problem. Vaccination is to prevent a problem. We're talking two different stories. You're screening if you are 30, 35 years of age, you have one partner, you're 100% sure you've not cheated on him, you're 100% sure he's not cheating on you. That's a choice you make, my dear. But honest to God, what I would think is protect yourself. Rest of it will all fall
This
into
topic
place.
needs a different Facebook live.
No, but it's protect yourself.
You're right.
Why not?
You're right.
No, but I will just add that when you have these vaccines, they are very, very effective. But remember, they don't cover all HPV viruses which can lead to cancer.
Yeah.
Today you have a 2-valent, 4-valent, 9-valent vaccine, but still around 5 to 6% of the cervical cancer causing viruses will escape this vaccine.
Okay.
So if you have taken vaccination, doesn't mean that you can never get it. So you need to do screening. If you haven't taken the vaccine, of course, all the chances that you will get a disease sometime in your life. So both have to go hand in hand. When you apply both to the community, your chances of having impact on the cervical cancer disease burden will be the highest as compared to doing only vaccination or only doing screening.
Okay, understood. Sir, this question in fact is from me also, and I suppose the mothers who have boys like me are asking this question. What about boys? Don't they get infected with HPV?
Yes, so HPV infection is universal. It happens in girls. See, you must understand, HPV virus is there for last 1,000 years, cohabiting with humans very silently, not touching most of them, but leading to disease in some of them. Okay. So it's going to happen in girl and the boy at the same way. In the boys, it can lead to penile cancer, anal cancer, oropharyngeal cancer, and the benign warts. Yeah. So the boy needs the vaccine as much, but unfortunately, the vaccines available in our country as on today, they don't have a boy indication or a male indication. Okay. But the 9-valent vaccine, which is going to come soon in the market, will also have the male indication. And the current 2 vaccines which are there also have male indication in other countries. Okay. So it's not that the boys cannot take, boys need to be, and there are several countries in Europe, Australia, where it is equally recommended for the boys as for the girls.
Okay. So good news for us mothers. We all should wait for that vaccine to be launched in India ASAP. So you are mentioning there are 2 vaccines available. Yes. And in fact, when I was researching on this topic, I saw there are 2 vaccines available on Google search also. Which one do you recommend?
So you can use any which one you like, whatever your doctor's preference, your preference. Both are equally effective, both are very good, both are from a very reputed companies. So absolutely choice is left to the parent. Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. In fact, one mother is asking, are these vaccines very costly?
Each dose would cost approximately about 3,000 Indian rupees. So I think that is how much you would pay even for a small tea outing or a dinner outing. And I don't
Yes.
think money would be the criteria
Come
when
to
it
one
came
of
to
our
protecting our
Powai
children.
restaurant, you'll spend money.
You'll spend more
for
than
one
that.
meal. Okay, I suppose this should be the gift on Valentine. All the men should give it to their wife,
No,
or wife should buy it
I
for
would say
themselves.
some NGOs should come forward and subsidize this vaccine for some unfortunate women who really cannot afford it.
Such a fair
But there's no reason why a woman who wants it should not get it. I think I'm a firm believer of that.
Wow. In fact, this discussion has to be more strongly held because this is a wonderful thing what what point you have raised. But mothers who can afford it, as Anita ma'am rightly said, we all should go for it right away. Okay, are there any international organizations who are supporting cervical cancer preventions?
Yes, as I already said before, WHO, the World Health Organization, the International Union Against Cancer coming to India, FOXI, Indian Academy of Pediatrics, I mean you name it, European agencies, Australian agencies, US agencies, all of them recommend to use
Yeah, as you're
HPV
repeatedly saying,
vaccine.
90 countries have
Absolutely.
it on their
90 countries have it on the national
program.
Can I just add a little bit
Yes,
here?
ma'am, please.
Simple thing for the women now, just don't head to your gynecologist. For those who have been sexually active, please make sure you're not pregnant while you're taking the vaccine,
Correct.
because we cannot give it to you while you're pregnant and you lose out unnecessarily. So if you're indulging in unprotected sex, please take it immediately after the period when you are 100% sure that you are not pregnant. Because everybody after this will get motivated to go for the vaccine and rush, and if you are in the middle of planning a pregnancy, it will be not worth its while and goal.
Oh,
In
this
fact,
is a very important
in fact, this vaccines are given at say 0 and then 1 or 2 months and then at 6
6
months.
months.
So you finish your vaccination for 6 months, then plan your pregnancy.
Then plan a pregnancy. Do not be in a tearing hurry right now because you will fall flat on your face.
Okay, no, thank you. In fact, there are a lot of questions, doctors, but I suppose we can take only last one or two.
Okay.
Last one is coming from Sandhya. She's asking me, can HPV vaccine cause infertility or premature menopause?
Absolutely not. There is no data to suggest any hormonal change after having received the HPV vaccine.
Okay, so Sandhya, there's no problem there. I'll take one last question, which seems to be a little different to me. Nikita is asking, chocolate cyst issue is related to this or not?
Not at all. Chocolate cyst doesn't mean eating chocolate. It is just broken down blood, and these are blood deposits in the ovary. That is called endometriosis, and endometriosis is a totally different ballgame. It has nothing to do with cervical cancer.
Okay, fantastic. Last one is related to a doctor, a gynec, so I think I should take it. Karuna Patle is asking me, recently one of the gynec told her that since you're 40, you don't need cervical vaccination.
She must have told you because she knows you very personally, and if someone who knows you and you've been just with one partner, your husband's brilliant, your family friend, then it is a decision that you make, which is even what I would tell a lot of my patients, where whatever you have gotten exposed to, you've already gotten exposed to in the 40 years of your, or the 30 years of your life. So I would leave that decision to the doctor rather than jumping, but you guys have the choice. There is nothing wrong. If you feel you want to take the vaccine, go for it.
My take is very simple on that you can only trust yourself and no one else. Okay, and here I invite
I'm not
two
sure
people.
your wife is good.
Here are two individuals involved. Just take the vaccine. It is licensed in 45 years, no discussion. You are up to 45, you take the vaccine and you continuously.
So both of you were very strongly talking about the pregnancy part, and even during you mentioned the periods and
Yes.
after that. So does it has an impact on periods? Like if I may ask?
But if you are pregnant, then it's of no use, no, because you cannot
Okay.
take the vaccine during pregnancy.
And if
Generally,
Yeah.
you don't allow any non-life saving intervention during
During
pregnancy.
pregnancy.
So you are worried
Oh,
about
that's
the
right.
ill effects on the fetus, which
Okay.
you may not know.
No.
So you avoid pregnancy while you are taking this vaccine.
Okay, and there's no impact.
But if you have
of
taken this
periods or-
vaccine,
No,
but if you have
not at all.
taken this vaccine and you do become pregnant, that's no reason to
To
avoid
terminate the
baby.
pregnancy,
Okay.
please don't
Continue.
think like that.
So you're not like
So
that there is
there's
some
no
hazard.
effect on
No. It's just that you do not take the next dose or the subsequent dose.
And I'm
You
sure
drop it.
a doctor or mothers who are pregnant or are planning pregnancy have been visiting their doctors. So
Absolutely.
please talk to them. They are the best judges there.
Absolutely.
Because, we don't really have to give you answers on Facebook Live where customized cases are not discussed. For For all your individual issues, please go to a doctor, talk to your doctor, and ask them for
So
help.
what she meant is when you are going for vaccination, do tell your doctor, are you pregnant or no? Are you planning pregnancy? Accordingly, you
Yes.
plan the vaccination schedule.
Yeah, you have to give that piece of information to your doctor. And I feel the conversation is really going very amazing, and the questions are also still pouring in. But as we are short on time, I have to cut this conversation here. Having said that, mothers, keep asking your questions in the comments. We have fantastic doctors here who will ensure that their teams or they themselves are answering your queries and you get the right answers from right experts. On that note, thank you, sir, thank you, ma'am, for taking out time and coming in here and talking about such relevant topic which is very relevant to our mothers who are watching this live right now.
Thank you very much. It has been pleasure to be part of this very interesting and very interactive session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Neha, for inviting me over. And just a small, I'm a part of your Unimo month.
Yeah. So please follow Doctor as a Mumbai Moms expert, and please ask her, tag her whenever you need her. Dr. Nitin tag won't go because it's Facebook group, but do follow his page to understand more of NGO work what you're doing. So it's quite impressive. In fact, on that note, mothers, I would like to thank hashtag Only Mom Can campaign, that cervical cancer awareness initiative by MSD Pharma Private Limited, because of which this live was possible. Thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for giving us all your love. Keep watching us. Bye bye.